Steve here with Table Rock Tea Company. Today is day 4 of our spring planting season. We're rained out today. Actually we got rained out yesterday. So we are having drillers. We're just drilling holes. Zillions and zillions of holes. At least we won't have to do that part for the next round of planting. So I wanted to show you something on how we plan out our tea fields, because this is something very unique. We're a production and commercial company, but at the same time, we're really small. I mean, we're a 30-acre farm, and even when we're fully planted here, we're going to be, on the world scale, a drop in the bucket as far as tea production goes. So our whole thing here is to make this place nice. It's a tea garden. It's an estate. It's not a plantation or a commercial. Pack as much as you can and all that kind of stuff. We want this place to be nice and showcase the mountain. So I wanted to show you how we do our lines here. So if you come down here with me, this is mapped out for the next section. Again, you've seen this in other videos. Our lines are 5 feet apart. Whenever we get to a tree like this, we mark it off 5 feet from there, because what will happen is the plant is going to grow out. It's going to be about a 5-foot radius. And so it's going to push out, a 5-foot diameter, which means that from that mark, it'll go out 2.5 feet. So that leaves us a little bit of a clearing space if we do 5 feet to at least walk around the tree. This is the part that's really kind of tricky, and there's no way around time, okay? You have to know your farm, and you have to have used it and figured out the paths and all that to get machinery. We call them gator paths because of our gator up there on the hill. And so you have to figure out how you're going to do that. I don't know if you can see this, but we painted a line here. We painted a line there. Those are on the widest part of our tires for the gator. And then what we do is we always back off 5 feet off of that. If it sweeps, we do a radius. So like you can see here how this line, we could have made this line come all the way to here, but we didn't. We figured out where 5 feet was off of the tire mark, and that's where we terminated that. So we mark our termination for our drillers with just a T, pretty simple. And then you can kind of see here, it gets interesting. We call these the deltas. Basically, they're the intersections. And so you want to have a nice natural sweep. So you can see how that's sweeping around. We planted tea here, so you can follow. The curve goes around, but there was no place that was 5 feet off the tree and 5 feet off the line and 5 feet off of that line that would work. So we don't really have anything planted in this section. Whereas up here, when you come around, you can see that, it's only 4 plants that we planted here, but it ends up making it aesthetically nice. It starts to follow the curve of the path, and that just makes things pretty. Aesthetics has a lot to do with it for us. So one thing that I also do is, you got to remember, this is a pretty big field, right? So when this is fully planted, harvesting this field is going to be a pretty big affair, multi-day, of course, and we'll be harvesting all year round. So what we try to do is a section like this. These guys are drilling up here, but we're going to fill this out here with plants. But then this section we're actually going to leave, and we skip over to there. And what this is, we try to make these little oases, so to speak. So I don't know if you can kind of see here. We'll zoom out. But this section, it's got some nice mountain laurels. It's got a beech tree, and we'll probably put a picnic table in here and make it just a nice place for our workers to take a break, some place that's shady. So it doesn't always have to be tea. I mean, we probably could have fit, I don't know, maybe like 25 or 30 plants in here, and I would rather have the space and a nice place to work for our pickers and pruners and all that kind of stuff when they're working in the field. So yeah, this is our next expansion. Hopefully we'll get to that next week. And things are coming along. Our drillers this morning did that whole field, so all those holes are ready to roll. And then these guys up here are working up in there. So again, things are coming along nicely. It's a really good season so far. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what else is brewing here at Table Rock Tea Company.